Yo, this your boy, the real McCoy, coming at you, man. Talking about a little Major League Baseball, the show for all my show fans out there, man. Talking about free agency. Free agency just began recently on the Fall Classic. The World Series just ended about a week ago. The Kansas City Royals, very good team, man. Kansas City Royals beat the New York Mets in 5 in the Fall Classic in the World Series. So that was good series, man. So the season is over and the free agency is started. You know what I mean? Going to talk about certain players, certain positions, who all my show fans think is worth more on the market. Is there anybody out there that their favorite team should covet, who they want, things like that. So we'll jump right into it. I guess maybe some of the bigger names, maybe the biggest. You know what I mean? You got David Price, starting pitcher. For the Blue Jays, traded from the Tigers to the Blue Jays. He led the American League in ERA, like 2.46, something like that. Incredible. Didn't pitch that well in the postseason. Didn't pitch that well in the playoffs. I think he's like 30 years old, something like that. If a team is on the cusp of trying to get to the playoff and they need that one ace, or you're one ace away from winning the title, go get David Price. You know what I mean? I don't know what his market is going to be, what he's going to be asking for on the market, you know. And then you got Zach Greinke. He left the LA Dodgers. He led the National League, or all of Major League Baseball in ERA. So I believe 1.66. Just crazy. Crazy year. David Price is a Cy Young candidate for the American League. I think Dallas Keuchel is going to get it, though. Zach Greinke is a Cy Young candidate for the National League. I think Jake Arrieta for the Cubs is going to get that. And but if I'm not mistaken, I think Zach Greinke had like 2 or 3 years left on his deal, and he was guaranteed over $70 million, and he opted out. So that lets me right there. He wanted out of LA. To turn down that type of money, he wanted out of LA. Or at least for the Dodgers, you know. And don't really blame them, because I think they're kind of a tailspin. I think the Dodgers could fall off next year, you know. Or if they bring in, because they fired Don Mattingly, the manager, they could bring in the right manager and right that ship, you know. I believe Don Mattingly is a manager down here in Florida now with the Miami Marlins. So it's nice to go from LA to Miami. That's nice, you know. But I guess maybe like a tailspin kind of thing, man. But he definitely wanted out. But then you got Johnny Cueto. He pitched for the Kansas City Royals, starting pitcher. He got traded over from the Reds. I don't think Cueto has ace stuff anymore. I think he's number 2 at best. And depending on how deep your rotation is, number 3. I mean, having Johnny Cueto as your number 3, hey, I'll take that. He was up and down. We had good Cueto, game 5 of the ALDS against the Astros. Then I think game 5 against the Blue Jays in Toronto, I believe. I could be wrong. You know, didn't pitch that well. So he was up and down. He was great or horrible. You know what I mean? And so that will probably hurt him on the market. But he got a chip with the Royals. He got a World Series ring. And you got those guys. Then you got guys like Ben Zobrist, second baseman for the Royals. He definitely helped his case on the market, man. He played well. Me being a Tampa Bay Rays fan, I love Ben Zobrist. I like Ben Zobrist, man. When he was here with the Rays, I believe he played every position for us except for pitcher and catcher. He played everywhere. You even if Longo had the DH or had needed a day, or if he was injured, he played third base, shortstop, second base, first base, even played a little center field. You know, in center field, you got to have some wheels and some athleticism to cover those gaps. Left field, right field, he played everywhere. Solid at the plate. He batted well in the World Series. So he only helped himself, man. Good dugout guy, good locker room guy. I like Ben Zobrist, man, no doubt. You got Daniel Murphy, second baseman for the Mets in the World Series. He set a new Major League Baseball postseason record. He hit a home run in 6 straight playoff games. He came into the World Series on absolute fire, man. His bat was on fire. He cooled off. But the question is that some people are questioning about Daniel Murphy is he an everyday second baseman? He had two costly, because you're not big. You get to the World Series, you're on that big stage. Everybody's looking at you. You know, he had two costly errors in the World Series. You know, and you know, that could hurt him. That could hurt him on the market. You know, but you can also say, well, look at what he did in the 6 straight home runs. You know what I mean? But in the day, you got to play that solid defense. So I don't know. Some are questioning him as an everyday second baseman. I mean, it was just 2 errors, but it gets blown up when it's the Fall Classic, when it's the World Series. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That's tough. That's tough, man, for him. But then you got outfielders, Alex Gordon, left fielder for the Royals. He got a World Series, man. I think he's won 2 Gold Gloves. He got dropped in the lineup to, like, I think 7th or 8th in the lineup. He's back, kind of cooled off. I think he's like 32 years old, kind of getting up in age. Solid guy, another good locker room guy, man. He's gonna give you solid defense, things like that. Offensive production, he'll be a solid guy. He'll be a solid guy. But you got Jason Hayward. He'll probably be the most coveted outfielder in the free agency, mainly because he's 26 years old. Jason Hayward is only 26, the right fielder for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's arguably the best right fielder in baseball. Maybe him and Jose Bautista. You know, as far as glove, what you're going to get at the bat, at the plate, and things like that, arguably. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Solid guy. He can still use some bags. You can bat Hayward lead off. You can put him in the middle of the lineup. Things like that. Great wheels, great arm, great glove. Things like that. He's only 26 years old, man. He gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid, man. You got Dexter Fowler, the center fielder for the Cubs. You know what I mean? I believe the Cubs already offered him a qualifying offer. I heard he's gonna decline. But the thing is, with this young and talented up-and-coming Chicago Cubs team, should Dexter Fowler stay? Should he stay with this Cubs team? I mean, they're gonna be good. It seems like they're gonna be good for a while. You know. So Justin Upton from the Padres, he's out there as a free agent. I think he's only 28. He's out there. He's mainly for, you know, offense. His defense isn't horrible, but it's not as good as a Dexter Fowler in center field and a Hayward, even an Alex Gordon. You know, so he's a good leadoff guy. You know, can get on base and things like that. Turn a double into triple. You know what I mean? Things, steal a few bags here and there. But with Melvin, you know, we got Melvin Upton out there. I mean, if you need a solid bat, you know what I mean, he's there. You got Crush Davis for the Orioles, first baseman. I think he hit, how many home runs he hit this year? 47? I think I could be off on that. I think 2012 he hit like 50. Just incredible. Now, he did test positive for a banned substance. He got suspended. I think it was 2012, 13. He got suspended for that. Not gonna really give you a lot of average, but that guy, he's power. He is if you need a power bat in the middle of your lineup, Chris Davis. Now some say, I mean, I don't think he's won any Gold Gloves at first base, and if he hasn't, I don't know if he ever will. But he's solid. He's solid. But if you need that DH, you know what I mean? You need a DH power bat in the middle of your lineup, like the Yankees love that type of stuff. Go get Chris Davis, man. Go get Chris Davis, man. Power bat, no doubt about it, man. You also got Jordan Zimmerman, pitcher for the Nationals, and you got Jeff Samardzija off the top of Jeff Samardzija from the White Sox. Now Samardzija, his ERA was kind of high, but you know, with Samardzija and Zimmerman, if you're looking for that middle of the pack rotation guy, number 3, 4, maybe number. I don't think Zimmerman or Samardzija, they're not aces. They're not aces, you know. If you're looking for maybe a number 3 guy, number 2 at best, but you will hope you've got 2 other studs there, have a number 3 in the rotation. Those 2 guys are there, you know. All my show fans, all the show fans out there, you know, which pitcher has more value on the market, a David Price or a Greinke? If you put on your GM cap, who would you go after? You know what I mean? Who you think has better stuff? You know, so I don't know. I mean, who would you covet more? Who you think has a better value? If you're looking for a starting pitcher, I don't think Cueto is in that mix anymore. You know, if you're looking for a middle rotation type of guy, would you get a Samardzija, a Cueto, or Jordan Zimmerman? You know me as a GM, who would you pick out of those three? If you needed an outfield, would you go with a solid veteran like Alex Gordon? Would you go with a young guy, talented Hayward? Or a speedy center fielder, Dexter Fowler, or Melvin Upton? You know what I'm saying? If you need a DH, a big power bat who can play solid first base, Chris Davis, you know, what's his value, you know, on the market? So I'm just excited, man. I usually don't get excited about free agency. Me being a Tampa Bay Rays fan, you know, I know that we can't afford any of these big time players, so I just sit back and just watch from a baseball fan standpoint. But I'm kind of excited about it this year, man. So I want to put it out there to all my show fans. Who you think is going to demand the most value on the market? Because this baseball recently, they've been signing some big contracts in baseball, man. So we'll see. We'll see how it all. I don't think anything will happen in the next few days. It'll probably be more like December, around the winter meetings, and we'll see more trades and big time free agent signing, things like that. And you know, we'll go from there, man. Like, subscribe, man. Leave a comment, all that good stuff. And let me know what you guys think, man. MLB Free Agency is about to start kicking off. You know what I mean? I'm excited. I think my Rays, we've already made a trade with the Seattle Mariners, things like that. So, let me know what you guys think, man. This your boy, The Real McCoy, man. I'm out. Peace.